Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am unboxing Pride from Diamond Art Club. When I do these unboxing videos, I am always very aware of people who are new to diamond painting. Either people who are just thinking about taking up diamond painting as a hobby, people who have maybe bought a few small kits and they're looking to step things up and do something a bit more adventurous, and people who have maybe heard of Diamond Art Club but don't really know much about them. For that reason, the videos tend to be long, so I break them into chapters. So for the experienced diamond painters, you can skip straight to the sections that you want to see. The canvas, for example, the obvious one that everybody wants to see. But for people who maybe have never bought from Diamond Art Club and haven't seen the new toolkits, and they're just curious about what makes Diamond Art Club different, I will break everything down. So after saying that, if you do buy from Diamond Art Club, you can expect your kit to arrive in a box like this. It doesn't come in a plastic bag, it comes in a branded box. So this is what you would receive at the door, and we have Diamond Art Club, Do What Makes You Sparkle, we have the diamond logo, and we have diamondartclub.com, obviously the website, at Diamond Art Club on Instagram and Diamond Art Club on Facebook. Inside this box, you will get another box. The box you get will depend on the diamond painting you have ordered. In this case, it is Pride. So on the box, we have a rendering of the diamond painting, so you can get a good idea of part of the image, and it wraps around the sides as well. So we don't just get a plain box. The kit you order, the rendering, will be on the box. We also have a good sized thumbnail so you can see the whole image. Then underneath that we have the title. So this is Pride by JoJoes Art. The size is 44 inches by 22 inches, which is 112 centimeters by 56 centimeters. So a pretty wide, long diamond painting. Then we have DIY diamond art kit, round diamonds. You can actually tell just by looking at the box, if it is a round drill kit, it will be pink in this section. If it was square, we would have a light blue colour. So you can tell just at a glance at the boxes whether they're round or square. All inclusive, see back for contents. So before we do that, we'll have a quick look at the sides of the box. So unleash your inner artist, and again the wraparound graphic. And then the other side, again we have the wraparound, but this time we have a bit more information about the diamond painting. So it says full diamond coverage area, so it's not a partial, it means the whole image is covered with drills. And we get the small thumbnail, and then it tells us more about the diamond painting. So this diamond painting has 49 colours, including 2 Aurora Borealis. For people who don't know what Aurora Borealis is, or ABs, you may have read, if you watch the video, or even if you look at the description, you can skip straight to that section if you're just curious, if you're new. Total diamonds, 79,401. Don't forget the 1. And then at the very bottom, we have the socials. So we have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, at Diamond Art Club, and the website, diamondartclub.com. If we look at the top of the box, it says DIY Diamond Art Kit. If we look at the bottom of the box, if I turn it the right way around, we get a small thumbnail, we get the title, the artist, and the size. Now, that is a really good idea, because if you happen to have what we call a stash, sometimes, or a lot of times, people will buy a kit because they see it and they think, okay, I really like that kit, I'll get it while it's still there, and they build up a collection of kits. So you're working on one kit and you've maybe got a few waiting to be done. And most people stack them laying down. So if you have them stacked and you look at the end of the box, if it doesn't have anything on the end, you don't know what's in the box. So to find out what's in the lower levels, you would need to take the ones above out to pull it out to see what it is. So Diamond Art Club added a thumbnail and the title and the artist and the size on the end of the box. So if you were looking at your stash and you decided, okay, this time I want to do a round kit, you would look for the ones with the pink. If you wanted to do a square, look for the ones with blue. So it makes it a lot easier, and then you've got the thumbnail to show you exactly which kit it is. On the back, again, Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, how it works. So if you're totally new to diamond painting, we've got 6 step-by-step instructions on how to diamond paint. Then we have the kit contents, which we'll skip because I'm going through the whole thing in the video anyway. Then we have warning, choking hazard, basically keep out of the reach of small kids. You don't want them thinking that the drills, these brightly coloured little round things, you don't want them thinking that they're candy, maybe swallowing them. So keep out of reach of small kids. Then we have third-party tested for compliance with EU and USA standards. That means that all of Diamond Art Club kits are tested by an independent company who check to make sure that all the components, the canvas, the glue, the ink, the drills, everything complies with the EU and USA standards. So you don't have any chemicals in here that shouldn't be here. You don't have excess levels of chemicals. So they are all tested so you can be sure that everything is completely safe. And that's pretty much it. So the box comes sealed in cellophane, so the first thing we have to do is open it. And I'll just go down the side. Should be enough. And peel the cellophane off. And then we can open the box. So if we go to the top, pop it open, and inside, again, a little bit different from the other companies. Try to get the angle. So if we look inside, we get do what makes you sparkle, and you can see there's a little recess there. So if I put my finger in there and pull, you find that there's actually another box inside. So, very quick recap on the packaging. If you have been diamond painting, never tried Diamond Art Club, just compare this to what you normally get. So we get a branded box. Inside the branded box, we get the box proper, and it will have a rendering of the kit that you have bought. Inside that box, we have another box. So this is a closed-in box. Basically, it's a box with no top. So it's very, very well packaged. 3 boxes to keep this in one piece. So I've never seen another company that packages their diamond paintings like this. If you have, please let me know. I'm always interested in learning new things. So we have the canvas, again, Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle. And then we have the toolkit. So the first thing I want to talk about is the toolkit. So as I said, for people who have diamond painted, you always get a toolkit with all diamond paintings. But with most, in fact, all except Diamond Art Club, you get pretty much the same sort of things. And I'll talk about that a little bit once I open this. So it's a resealable bag. I'm going to open it at the side because it makes it easier for me to take things out and talk about them in the order that I want to talk about them. So I'll just get everything set aside. So there is the resealable bag, and I'm just going to get everything together here. Okay, so if you have been diamond painting, you will have been getting pens like this. It's a plastic tube. It has a nylon tip with a brass insert. You can just wiggle these out, and then you can see it's basically a straw. So plastic straw, nylon tip, brass insert, absolutely standard diamond painting pen. You'll get different colours, you might get some with little bits of glitter in it, but they will all be the same. It's the same diameter, same tip. Diamond Art Club, a little bit different. They have an ergonomic pen, branded Diamond Art Club. You can see it's very different from the plastic straw. Quite a bit thicker, more ergonomic. It is wasted, so the diameter reduces and goes back up again at both ends. So when you're holding the pen, it's more comfortable. You can adjust your grip to the different thicknesses, so your hands don't get tired holding the same diameter all the time. You also notice there's a cap, so if we take the cap off and have a look at the tip, you can see it's quite a bit different. We still have the brass insert at the end, which is standard, but this section here is a lot bigger in this one than it is in the standard pens. So I'll just let you see why that is. If I unscrew the pen, open it up, now we have the tip, and we have this little plunger or piston, whatever you want to call it. Inside here we have clear wax. So instead of the pink wax, we have clear wax. It's inside the pen. So if we screw the pen down until it stops, now the pen is pressing against the top of that little piston. If we hold the tip and turn the pen, it pushes wax to the tip. Now when you first get the pen, it isn't primed, it isn't set up, so it'll be loose. So what you do is just turn it a little bit, hold the tip again, turn it a little bit, and you're watching to see the wax come out the end of the pen. So again, just another little bit. You only have to do this the first time because, as I said, it hasn't been primed. The wax hasn't been fed down to the tip. So just keep turning it a little bit at a time. Watch the end, and there we go. So wax is now out of the end. So just wipe that off, and then we're ready to go. So the wax is now at the tip of the pen. So you pick up your drills, you diamond paint as normal. Over a period of time, it will stop picking up. So instead of dipping into the pink wax like you normally would do, all you do is hold the tip of the pen, give it a little twist, just a tiny twist. It will feed wax to the tip, and you carry on diamond painting. So that is what is very different from all the other kits. All the other companies supply the plastic straw. Diamond Art Club have a refillable pen that holds the wax and feeds it to the tip. So something very, very different. So at the other end we have a multiplacer. Again, if you're new to diamond painting, multiplacers are used to place more than one drill at a time, and people use them when you have a large area of the same colour. So instead of just placing one, you can use this. You press it down into the wax, you fill that little channel. This end does not feed wax. So you press this into the pink wax or the clear wax as normal, fill the channel up, pour your drills in your tray, give it a shake, get them lined up, and then you can pick up 4 drills at a time. So then instead of placing 1, you're placing 4, 4, 4, so it speeds things up. If you have a very large area of the same colour, you can swap this one out for a larger one. So this is a 7 placer, so you can place 7 drills at a time, speeds it up even more. These are just push fit, so just twist it and pull it out, and then push it in. So again, you have to press this into the wax to fill the channel, and then shake your drills, get them in a line, pick up 7 drills, and then place them. You don't have to use them, but it can help to speed things up. I do not use them at all. I never have, because I prefer to place one at a time. Diamond painting for me is a hobby, a relaxation. So I always have headphones on and I listen to music and diamond paint, and that's how I chill out. So I enjoy that, so I'm in no rush. But if you were working on a kit, maybe you're doing it as a gift for a birthday, anniversary, Christmas, something like that, and you think, oh, I'm getting a bit close, you can use the multiplacer to try and speed up the areas where you've got a lot of the same colour. So it could come in handy if you've got a sort of deadline. The best tip I can give is allow plenty of time if you're doing it as a gift for a birthday or something. Life crops up and suddenly you don't get as much time. It's always better to start really early and try and get it finished so it's done in plenty of time. Then there's no panic. So that's the pen and the multiplacers. So as I said, the tip is refillable, and Diamond Art Club supply some clear wax so you can refill the pen, and very quickly, if I take this back off, so just imagine we've screwed this all the way down to the very end of the threads. It won't go any further. You need to refill the pen when you get to that point. So you just unscrew it, you take out the plunger, and what you do is you just tear off a strip of wax, roll it into a little tube and drop it down in here. Don't fill it to the very top, because when you try and screw the pen back on, you find that you can't get a grip. So don't fill it to the very top. Then you put your little plunger back in, and then you screw your pen down. And then it's exactly the same thing. But because you've already primed the pen, the wax will be at the tip. So you put in some new wax and then you screw it down. It won't take as long for it to start coming out the end. So just little turns at a time until you can see that it's at the end. So you get the clear wax is included. So you can use that for the multiplacers, or you can use it for the tip. You also get a heart of pink wax. Diamond Art Club have always supplied heart-shaped pink wax, so they're keeping that tradition going. So you still get one piece of pink wax. You can use that in the multiplacer if you want. You could even use it in the tip if you want to do that. If you do that, this part will turn pink. Diamond Art Club decided to change from pink to clear because they thought the pen looked better like this rather than having pink on the end, but it's really up to you. So if you use a different coloured wax, if maybe you've got different colours, maybe you've got blue, purple, you'll change the colour of the end of the pen. You might think that's quite cool, or maybe not, it's up to you. So 2 different colours of wax. Then the next thing is a tray. Obviously you always get a tray with diamond painting kits. The one that you tend to get a lot is this little green tray. And the problem with this is it's pretty small, so you can't put a lot of drills in it. The green trays don't have a spout, so it makes it a bit more difficult to pour back in, especially into containers like Tic Tac containers. You will get white trays that have a little spout, but the thing they've got in common is they have these angled sides. If you've got a tray with angled sides and you happen to bump the tray by accident with your hand, it will flip over and your drills end up on the glue, on the table, on the floor. It is very, very annoying. Diamond Art Club looked at that and thought, okay, we can improve this. So instead of getting a tray like that, you will get a tray like this. And you can see the difference. Now this is a standard Diamond Art Club tray. It's not an upgrade or anything. If you buy the full-size kits, you will get this size of tray. If you buy the small kits, you will get a smaller version of this. So that is the difference in size. The other difference is the sides are straight. So if you have this sitting on the table and you accidentally bump it, I'm hitting that reasonably hard, it doesn't flip over. And that's because it's a bigger surface area, straight sides, so you don't have that thing where it flips. The other thing is it has a spout and it has a stopper, so just drop the stopper in. The idea of the stopper is pour your drills in the tray, give it a shake. You don't have to worry about the drills accidentally falling out the end. If you are pouring your drills back into bags or containers, all you do is lift it out, really easy. So that is a huge upgrade, but they went one step further. You also get a lid. Now the lid does not clip on top, it actually slides into the tray. So we have a groove either side, the tray slides in, you slide it up and it clicks and it's locked. So it doesn't matter what to do with the tray, shake it upside down, the drills won't fall out. That comes in very handy if you've got curious young kids. You maybe leave the table just to grab something, one of the kids comes along and says, oh, what's that, and picks it up and starts shaking it. They'll hear the drills rattling about inside, but they won't spill them. Whereas if you've got a tray like this and one of the kids comes and grabs it, guaranteed the drills are going to go all over the place. So really, really good idea. Simple idea, works very, very well. The other thing is if you are diamond painting and you've got furry pets like cats and dogs, you'll be used to picking dog hairs and cat hairs out of your tray if you leave it lying for any length of time. With these trays, you could be diamond painting, decide, okay, I'm calling it a day, still working on the same colour, leave the drills in the tray, put your lid on, slide it up, and you can leave it on the table. You could go away for a day, a week, a month, come back, open your tray, and inside all you will have is nice clean drills. You will not have cat hairs, dog hairs, fur, I was going to say feathers, maybe, dust, crumbs, anything. Inside the tray it will be nice and clean. So that is exactly what you want. So really, really big upgrade for the tray. As far as I know, Diamond Art Club are the only company that are supplying lockable trays as standard and this size. So again, if you know of any other company doing it, please let me know, because I'm always interested in learning new stuff. So that is basically the kit. The only other thing is the good old baggies. So we get a bag of bags and you use these to keep the spare drills. When you finish the kit, you'll have spares of every colour. So you can use these bags to keep them. Write the DMC code on them so you know exactly which colour they are. And you can maybe use them on another kit in the future. If you happen to run out of a colour, you can check your bags, see if you've got that DMC code, and you can use them to finish off a diamond painting. So I always count them. I've just always done it with all the kits I've ever done, just out of curiosity to see how many bags we get. So Diamond Art Club tend to be somewhere around 20, 15 to 20 I think it is, something like that. So we'll see how many there is in this one. So we've got one, because the bag they come in is exactly the same. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah, between 15 and 20. So 18 in this kit. It does vary from kit to kit, but it's always somewhere between 15 and 20 usually. So resealable bags, so you can seal them so you won't spill the drills. You can also use these bags for small things that you don't want to lose. You can just pop them in the bag and seal it if you don't want to use it for drills. So that is the Diamond Art Club toolkit. Very different from the kits that you'll get from any other company. The pen especially, and the tray. As I said, really, really nice tray. They are also stackable, I forgot to mention that. They have a little recess in the base, so you can actually stack them if you want. So you don't take up as much space. You can just have a little stack of trays. So I'll put all this to the side, and then we can go back to the box. Remember to put the cap on. The cap is just to protect the tip and stop the wax from possibly drying out if you leave it for a long time. So it's just a push. You might think it's a twist because of these little flat pieces. It isn't, and I found the easiest way to get it off is to put your finger behind the gap, put your thumb under the cap and just push up and it just pops off. Some pens can be kind of tight, so the easiest way is just pop it like that. So put that back on, and then we will go back to the box. So in the box we have this little envelope, so we'll talk about this next. Put the box away. So here we have Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, thank you for your purchase. And a little glittery diamond, if I get it in the light properly, there you go, a little sparkly diamond. On the back, again, thank you for your purchase, another sparkly little diamond, but this time, if you fold it up, it acts as a lock for the envelope. So before I open the whole thing up, here again we've got the socials, so we have Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, at Diamond Art Club, and then the website diamondartclub.com. So the first thing we see is something very shiny, so we'll talk about that first for a change, I think. So when you get the new kits with these boxes that have the graphics printed on them, you may get what they call a treasure quest card. Now, they aren't guaranteed. Sometimes you won't get one. So that sort of adds to the suspense when you get a kit. Open it up, have I got a card or don't I have a card? The other thing is the cards are, they come in different levels. So you can get a bronze, silver, gold or black, with black being the rarest. On the front we will have the graphic for the kit that you bought. It isn't a random picture, it will be the kit that you bought. Then we have the artist, the title and the size. If we flip it over, on the back it says treasure quest card and it says here bronze. So this one is a bronze. The older ones, if you happen to get an old kit, you might open it up and it says trading cards. It doesn't say treasure quest card and it won't tell you the level. The new cards do, but the graphic on the back will be exactly the same, and I can tell that this is bronze because of the graphic. It's a basic design, quite thick lines. The silver one is more intricate, the gold one is very intricate over the whole thing, and then the black one is obviously black. But the new cards will have the level printed on them. Just in case you happen to get a kit that says trading cards and you wonder what's happening, it was the original card, but people were having problems trying to decipher which card they had. So they changed the design and they actually print the level on it now, and they changed the name to Treasure Quest cards. There is an area here, a scratch, where you can scratch off like a scratch card. Underneath here is a code, and the idea with these cards, apart from just collecting them because they look really cool, is you can collect these codes, and if you collect the correct combination of the bronze, silver, gold, you can get reward, I was going to say, yeah, reward, I think it's reward codes. I've never actually tried to claim anything yet. But if you scratch these off and you go on the website and you fill in the section where you're meant to do it, but once you've got what you need, don't try and just put one in. It needs all of them at the same time. I do have a video that goes through the whole thing, goes into a lot more detail about it, so I will put a link in the description. But just very quickly, if you happen to collect 5 bronze cards, 3 silver cards and 1 gold, you will get a $50 discount code. The next one is $75, the next one is $100, the next one is $200, and the top one is a custom kit. If you collect the right combination of bronze, silver and gold, you can claim a custom kit. Now, the custom kit can be any picture. It could be like a wedding picture, a picture of the kids, your favourite picture on vacation, anything. But it can't be anything that's copyrighted. They won't reproduce a copyrighted image. So you can send in the picture, they will create the diamond painting, and then you have a custom diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. Now, that is the only way you can get a custom. If you contact Diamond Art Club and say, I've got this picture, I would really like it converted into a diamond painting, they won't do it. The only way they'll do it is if you have the correct combination of trading cards, or treasure quest cards, as they're now called. So, as I said, I've got a video that goes through the whole thing, so it'd be better to watch that if you're sort of thinking about it. But basically the prizes are $50, $75, $100, $200 and a custom kit. The custom kit is valued at $400, so that's quite a nice prize. So this is a bronze Pride treasure quest card. It's very nice. So put that to the side. Again, this is something that no other company is doing. No other company is putting things in their kits that eventually you could actually claim something back, which I think is pretty good. So we'll go back to the box. No, we won't. I forgot. We'll go back to the envelope, because normally I do the envelope, then the key or the legend, and then the card. Because I did the card, I've mixed myself up. So we'll open this up and we'll put this to the side. We'll have a quick look at the envelope. So we have tips and tricks. So a few tips and tricks that may help you in diamond painting, especially if you're new. Then we have a QR code that you can scan to join the Facebook group. Definitely worth doing this if you're interested in seeing what everybody else is working on, meeting diamond painters from all around the world, and asking questions if you want. If you've got any questions about diamond painting, everybody is very, very helpful in the group. It is run extremely well, very, very friendly. The admin do a fantastic job, so I would definitely recommend that you have a look. So you just scan the code and it'll take you there. I think there's something like 42,000 members, I think, something like that. At the moment, it's going up all the time. So then we have the how to use and refill the twist and pick applicator, so it gives you instructions on that as well. We have the step-by-step instructions again on how to diamond paint. At the bottom, the kit contents, which we've went through. And then last but not least, we have QR codes for iPhone and Android. And if you scan the code, download the Diamond Art Club app, and you have a look and you see a kit that you would like, if you order a kit, you will get a 20% discount. That is only on the first kit you order through the app. Definitely worth using. So that is the envelope. The other part that I took out there is this. So again, Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, Pride, JoJoes Art. On the back, we have a thumbnail, high resolution thumbnail. We have start date, end date. We have the number of colours, the shape, and the canvas size. All of these things are stickers. They're pre-cut stickers, so you can actually peel them out. And so is the actual diamond, the Diamond Art Club name, and the title with the artist. The reason for that is a lot of people keep a logbook, like a physical book, like paper pages, like the olden days. None of this fancy electronic stuff. So they have a logbook, and what they can do is they could put the title on the top of the page, peel out the thumbnail so they can see the image, and then the little start and end date, they can put that on the page as well, fill it in when they get around to doing the diamond painting, and the details of the diamond painting. So it keeps it all nice and neat and standard. You're not trying to handwrite things and keep it all tidy. It's very neat because you're using the same font, same colours. It's a good idea. The other thing about keeping a logbook is if you have any friends come over, they maybe see a diamond painting that you've put up on the wall, or one that you're working on, and they start asking you about it, you can get your logbook out and you can flip through it and show them the thumbnails of the kits that you've either done or you're still to do. You can show them without actually pulling all the boxes out and showing them the boxes. So definitely a handy thing. If we open this up, here we have the colours, and I call this the key, but I think most people call it the legend. So it gives us how many colours are in the kit. So it starts at 1 and this one goes up to 49. So we have 49 colours in this kit. The next one, symbol, that's the symbols that are on the canvas, so you know where to place the drills, the different colours. And then we have the code, which is the DMC code. The DMC code is a standard way of numbering a specific shade of a colour. For example, if you were working on this kit and for whatever reason you were short of some purple. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say 6 different shades of purple. So if you contacted Diamond Art Club and said, I'm working on Pride and I've run out of purple, can you send me some extras? They would not know which shade of purple. But if you contacted them and said, I'm working on Pride and I have run out of DMC code 210, can you please send some? They would send some replacements for free, so you could finish your diamond painting. So that's why the DMC codes are important, so you know exactly which shade of a colour it is if you ever need to get replacements. Or if you've worked on kits before and you've kept the little bags, you've put the DMC codes on them, you can have a look at what you've got, all your spares from previous kits. See if you've got any 210. If you have, you can just use them and save having to wait on the drills. So handy to know DMC codes. Again, pre-cut. These are pre-cut sticky labels. So if I peel off or try and peel off, here we go, peel off number 100, you can see pre-cut sticky label. That means that when you're setting up, or kitting up as they call it, and you're putting the drills in containers or even on the bags, you can just peel the sticker off, stick it on the bag or the container. So you don't have to bother about writing the number, the symbol or the DMC code. You just stick the label on. Makes things a lot faster. So that is it. That is the key or the legend with the treasure quest card, and these go back in the envelope. So just fold it up, fold the diamond, put the top down, and then that's it sealed. So it keeps everything nice and tidy. It protects those labels, so there's no chance of them accidentally getting bent and then starting to peel off. So it keeps everything nice and flat. So really good idea. Again, something unique to Diamond Art Club. We're getting to the canvas. We're getting to the canvas. So back to the box again. So we'll lift the canvas out. We'll take the box away. So it comes in a resealable bag. Again, it's to stop any dust or anything getting inside. Keeps everything nice and clean. So it's resealable. There is a glue strip somewhere up near the top. We just peel this off nice and gently so we don't rip any holes in the bag. So when we reseal it, we don't get anything going in there that we don't want. So take the canvas out. If you've never tried Diamond Art Club and you have done some diamond paintings before, the first thing you're going to notice when you take the canvas out is how different it is from anything you've tried. Diamond Art Club canvas is unique. It's almost like velvet on the back. It's very, very soft. It's not starchy or bumpy. Really, really smooth. Very high quality canvas. It is also patented, so this is Diamond Art Club's canvas. Other companies have improved from the basic canvas that you get. They have stepped things up, but so far I haven't tried any company that has reached this yet. It is a unique canvas. It is very soft, it is quite thick. It has the scalloped edges and it has stitching. That's to stop the canvas from fraying. But it's very, very high quality canvas. It always has been. I still remember the first Diamond Art Club kit that I got. I had done a lot of kits, especially small kits at the beginning. And then I bought a Diamond Art Club and took it out of the box and thought, whoa, this is something different. And it still is. Really, really nice canvas. It's very malleable, pliable as well, easy to work with. So inside the canvas, we have the drills. So we'll talk about them. Again, something different. So we have the drills in a bag, nothing new. On the bag, we have a label and it has the title. So it says Pride. So we know we've got the right drills for the kit. All of Diamond Art Club's kits have a label on them with the title. So just to be absolutely certain that you've got the right drills before you start opening up the kit and then find out something's wrong. So you know you've got the right drills. So resealable bag, I mean this is pretty standard. It's a glue strip along the side. It doesn't open at the ends. So you just find the glue strip. Noisiest part of the video. Open it up. Take the drills out, throw the bag away. Too noisy. So these are Diamond Art Club drills. You might think, okay, they're drills. Drills are drills. These are different because Diamond Art Club actually manufacture their own drills. They don't buy from a supplier, which is what the other companies do. The reason they do that is because in the past they were doing the same thing. They were buying from suppliers, and sometimes they would get drills and they would think, they're not quite up to the standard we want. Maybe the colours are a bit dull, or the shapes, they're not a uniform shape. So they decided the only way that they could control that was to actually manufacture their own drills. So they've been doing that for quite a while now. They buy high quality resin in from Germany and they manufacture their own drills. They are resin drills. They are extremely vibrant in colour and very, very shiny. Really, really nice diamond painting drills. The bags have the DMC code on them, and that is all they have. They don't have like colour 1, colour 2, colour 3. It's just the DMC codes. You will find when you're looking through them, the numbers do not run in sequence. That is because they are bagged by weight. So you're not going to get the lowest DMC code working its way up to the highest. They're mixed up because of the different weights. But I'm going to go through them. Some people like this and some people don't. So if you don't, you can skip to the next chapter and see what that is, or you can watch, because at one point I stopped doing this because I thought, people don't know if people want to see it. As soon as I stopped doing it, I was getting people commenting saying, can you please show us the DMC codes, because I like to see the colours, like the individual colours, I like to see them. So because of that, I do this. So they come in different strings, so I'll just try and get a string. Never sure how long they're going to be, they sort of vary. So we'll start with this one. So the first one we've got is DMC code 798, then 798, then 334, 334, 939, which almost looks like, well, it does look like black, but it's not. Black is 310, so this is not black. 939, 939, 775, 775, 3865, 3865, 3865. So we have quite a bit of white in this one, and another one. So 4 large bags of white. 322, 322, 797, 797, quite a lot of purples in this, 820, 820, 3755, 3755. So basically this was nearly all blues and purples with the white. Put that to the side. And here's another one that looks like black, but it isn't. So for people that don't know about the DMC codes, DMC code 310 is black. So this is a very dark purple. So 823, 823, 796, 796, 3325, 3325, 3841, 3841. So you can see these are different DMC codes, but there isn't a huge difference in the colours. And that helps with blending. When they're putting the image together, they can blend colours because they have these colours that are very close to each other. So it doesn't go from one sort of dark blue to a light blue, and you get a sudden step. They blend it through. Diamond Art Club are very, very good at that. So we have 3841, 3841, 402, 3776, 3856, 327, 356, 3823, oh, I like that blue, that's nice, 138. Now this 138 is actually what they call an AB, Aurora Borealis, the northern lights where the sky changes colours. And the reason they get that name is because they have a special coating on them. So when the light hits them at different angles, they reflect different colours. So these drills are blue, but if I tilt them in the light, I can see green, yellow, purple, and blue as well, but a very bright blue. So the idea is that when it's up on the wall and you walk past the diamond painting, you'll get these little flashes of yellow, green, purple. It's a really, really cool effect. So that is ABs. Actually, the newer bags actually have AB on them. This kit is not a new kit. It's been out for quite a while. And I saw it when it came out and I thought, whoa, that is really cool. I looked at it and then I thought, it's pretty big as well. And at that time I thought, nah, I'll hang off. And then I saw it again and I thought, still interested. And then I saw something else and got that. So it's always been one that's sort of been in my mind. And then I saw it was in the sale and clearance section of the Diamond Art Club website just a few days ago. And I thought, oh, it's on sale. It's in the sale clearance section. Is it going to disappear completely? It was, the price was dropped and I thought, okay, I'm going to get it. So I put it in the box, in the basket, and then I thought, no, I don't really need it. So I took it back out again, and then I put it in again, and then I took it out again, and then I put it in again. And then I finally convinced myself I didn't really need it, so I took it back out. My wife was watching me and she said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm looking at this Pride and I'm not going to get it. So she was like, okay. So that was that. Then she sent me a screenshot. She had actually ordered it and sent me a screenshot of the confirmation. So she bought me it. So thank you very much. Just after that, I happened to go back and look at it again and it was out of stock. So at the moment it is out of stock. Whether Diamond Art Club are going to bring it back or not, I don't know. So I'm really glad that my wife ordered it. So next one is 3860, 3830, 3811, 900, 127. Again, another AB. So this one is a sort of peachy tone, skin tone, pink. So it's a 127 AB. So again, if I tilt it, I can see purple, blue, green, yellow. I think that's it. So again, ABs, really nice. I really like the ABs. And they tend to use them sparingly. They don't fill a whole area normally with ABs, unless it's the title for Batman. It is all yellow AB, nice and cheesy. But normally the ABs are kind of scattered through the diamond painting. We have one called Sail Away, hanging up in the living room, and if you're sitting just looking at it and you just move your head slightly, you see these little twinkles, and that's the AB drills. Just really cool effect. So down to the smaller bags now. So 720, 743, 550, 3777, 355, 758, 993, 954, 155, 704, 754, 3607, 202, 210, 3864, 312, 209, 498, 917, 905. Really bright colours, especially that green. Very bright. Put that to the side. And the last string. And I thought that was a 310. It isn't. So 3853, the one that I thought was black isn't. It's 3371. So that means there are no black drills in this kit. 3778 and 728. So that is it. That is all of the colours. Lots of purple and blues, especially blues. So yes, a nice combination of colours in this one. So put this to the side, and then finally we can look at the canvas. And I know a lot of people will have basically just jumped straight to this section, which is absolutely fine. Okay, now I have to figure out how I'm going to do this because it is a very wide diamond painting. The first thing I'm going to have to do is switch lights off to try and cut as much reflection as possible, because we have the clear cover on top, and if I don't switch lights off, all we see is white lights. So we're going to start. So the first thing we get is the key. So we have the key down the side and I'm in the way, so I'll keep my hand out of the way. So we'll start to open it up, and here we have the head of the dragon and the head of the tiger. I think probably I'll do a strip at the top and then at the bottom, because it's too big. So there we have the dragon. That's where a lot of the white is, and then we have these multicoloured fish. Then we have a hand with a paintbrush, and then a palette, and then we have the woman with the multicoloured hair, and again some fish. Then we have some wings. We'll have a look at the bottom section next, but it was just the whole thing. It's this sort of the dragon and the tiger, the sort of fantasy sort of thing, just very imaginative. And then we get all of this blast of colour all around this section here. So we'll look at the bottom part if I can fit it in. It's just going to be a struggle. I'm going to need a bigger table. Okay, so now we've got the tiger, again another colourful fish. And then we get the bottom of the palette. And then we can see the colours are actually coming off like smoke from the palette as well. And then those wings is actually a macaw. So we have this brightly coloured macaw. And this part at the bottom, can't quite get it in, is the tiger's tail. So the tiger is basically, well, nearly the full length of the picture. But I don't know, it's just, when I first saw it I thought, wow, that is really something different. I'm always looking for diamond paintings that are just different. This is definitely an eye catcher. I like how there isn't too much colour at the very beginning. And then as we come along, we start to get these fish, and then we get that palette, and then all these colours just flowing off it. And then the hair, big hair. Just really cool. really cool. So yeah, it's a pretty big diamond painting, as you can see, pretty long, pretty wide. Try to figure out how I'm going to fit all this. Something that I wanted to talk about is actually struggling. Okay, this will have to do. But what I wanted to talk about was this part down here. So we have the title, Pride, the size, and then at the very bottom, copyright JoJoes Art, / Diamond Art Club, registered trademark. All of Diamond Art Club's kits are licensed. They work with the artists. The artists get revenue from these diamond paintings that are conversions of the artist's original work. Diamond Art Club don't just scan the artwork and then print it and that's it. They actually have a team who are dedicated to hand rendering. So that means that people actually basically build this picture up and they try and get it as close as possible to the original artwork. And because of that, the sizes are unusual. They vary a lot. And that is because they are concentrating on the quality of the artwork. They're trying to get as close as possible. So that is what their focus is. They're not trying to make a picture fit into a certain size frame. So that is why Diamond Art Club, you look at the sizes and you think, why is it that size? It's because most other companies will give you standard sizes. And the other thing is, most other companies will give you a selection of, say, 6 different sizes. So you can choose which size you want. With those companies, if you look at the picture and you click on the different sizes, they will show you the same picture, which is the original artwork. If you go to Diamond Art Club's website, you can see the original artwork and then you just scroll along to the next picture, it will show you a rendering. They only do one size. That is because as you reduce the size of your canvas, you reduce the detail of the image. You can only fit so many drills on a set size of canvas. So the other companies will show you the original artwork on every size. You look at the prices and you decide, okay, I'm going to get, say, the cheapest, because it is the cheapest. Okay, I'll get that and it'll look exactly like the original artwork, and it doesn't. As you go down sizes, you lose more and more detail until you actually, depending on how much detail is in the actual artwork, you can get to a point where you cannot even tell what the image is meant to be. And you will see that. So Diamond Art Club don't do that. It's one size. They go for the best they can get, and that is it. And that is the reason. So when you hang a Diamond Art Club diamond painting up in the wall, you can be sure it's going to look really, really good. I take diamond paintings into work. I swap them out roughly every month. I hang them up in the canteen. Every time a Diamond Art Club kit goes up in the wall, it gets a lot of comments. I have taken kits from other companies and some didn't get good comments, but a lot of them, they just looked and go, yeah, okay. But when I take the Diamond Art Club kits in, they always stand, and I can see people just standing looking at them because the colours are so vibrant and the detail, it's the detail and the blending. And that's the thing when I was saying about the DMC codes, to blend these colours in and get them nice and smooth transitions, it takes skill, and it's not a computer that does it, it is actually a team of people, and that is what they do, that is their job. So they just seem to be getting better and better. I mean, this is not a new kit. I'm not sure how old it is. It's not that old, but I mean, it's not one of the new kits. And they just seem to be getting better and better at the rendering. Diamond Art Club, again, because they manufacture their own drills, they now have a new range of colours they have added to the DMCs. They start with a 6,000 series. If you see 6,000 in something, that is a colour that Diamond Art Club have blended, because they've maybe been looking at something and thought, yeah, if we could just get a colour in between this and this, it would be even better. So that's what they've started doing. They're actually making their own colours, so they make things even smoother. I think that's really cool. They're not just sitting back and just scan it, print it and sell it like all the other companies are doing. They actually take time to build the picture, and they look for the detail, they buy in the resin, they make their own drills, they've upgraded the pens way past the plastic straws, they've upgraded the trays, lockable large tray as standard. So they're always pushing the boundary, and the other companies are always chasing, but I think they've got quite a bit to go, especially with the canvas as well. I mean, the canvas has always been really good. I still haven't found a canvas as good as this from anybody else, but I suppose it might just be a matter of time. We'll see. So that's pretty much it. The only thing I want to do now is take a close-up look at the actual image, just so we can get an idea of how these things are put together. We can have a look at the print quality and just how the different segments are made up. So I'm going to set up the camera and we're going to have a close-up look. Before we have a close-up look, there's something else that I forgot to mention that is unique to Diamond Art Club, and that is the perforated cover. So Diamond Art Club's kits come with a perforated cover, and it has perforations every 10 centimeters. So it's like here you can see it's like a 10 centimeter square. So the idea of this is you don't need to use release paper, or you don't need to mark it off with washi tape and cut it into sections. The sections are already marked, and all you have to do is, if you start like I do in the bottom right hand corner, for example, you go along to the first perforation, you tear it, and then you peel it back up to the line, fold it back. It stays there, so you don't need anything to hold it. Now this section is now open and ready to work on. The rest is covered. So you would work on this section. If you didn't finish it, all you do is fold this back, and it keeps it protected, stops any dust, pet hairs, crumbs, anything landing on the glue. If you finish the section and you go to move on to the next section, you can still fold it down, because then it stops anything getting in between the drills. So while you're working on this section, you're not getting dust or crumbs or pet hairs or eyelash hairs or anything falling in between the drills. Keeps it nice and clean. So you would do the first section, then the second section, but maybe you want to do a bigger section. Maybe a 10 by 10 is what you think is a bit small. You could just go along 2 perforations. So instead of ripping it there, we could rip it here. So it would make it a longer section. So if we tear that back up to the line, fold it back, then we've got a section this size. You could tear it bigger any way you want, make it even bigger, but I prefer to work in small sections at a time. 10 by 10 for me is perfect. There are still quite a few drills to place in a 10 by 10, and it means that the glue area that's open and exposed is smaller, so there's less chance of things accidentally landing on the glue. So for me, the 10 by 10 is just an ideal size, nice and small. And every time you do a section, you get that feeling of accomplishment. You're like one step closer. So smaller sections get done quicker. So it gives you that feeling that you're actually getting somewhere, especially on the big diamond paintings. So yeah, I nearly forgot to mention it. But again, this is another thing where Diamond Art Club have looked at it. They're watching what people are doing. People are using release papers to break the size down into manageable areas. Or they were using washi tape and making a grid and then cutting the cover and then working on sections. So they thought, well, rather than people spending time doing all that stuff, why don't we perforate the cover, and then they can tear it to the size they want, and they don't need to waste time. So I think it's a really, really good idea. I'm working on one just now, and this is what I'm doing. I'm working using the clear cover and not using release paper. I used release paper for a very long time, so the first thing I would do is take off the clear cover and then put release papers down in order. Now I don't do that. I just tear the sections as I go. I find it much better. So yeah, perforated cover. Now we'll have a close-up look. Okay, so now we are having a close-up look at the print. So the first thing we're looking for is the quality. So looking to make sure everything is readable, nice and clear, no faded print, missing print, double print, anything like that. As you can see, absolutely perfect. So now we're just coming past the woman's earring. That's what that is. And then her face, obviously. And then just coming along, just checking everything looks okay. So now you can just see how things are put together. And as we come down to the end, we come down to the neck of the dragon. We'll just catch a tiny bit of that. And you can see the scales starting to come in now. And then we get a tail of one of the fish. So that is a close-up look at Pride. So that was Pride from Diamond Art Club, the one that almost got away. When I said to my wife when she had ordered it, she said, I know that you would have got up in the morning and looked at it and ordered it. So she decided to save the time, and it's just as well she did, because it is now out of stock. As I said, I don't know if it's going to come back because it was in the sale and clearance. So I don't know if they were just trying to make space on their shelves and it'll be coming back, or if it's not going to be back again. Really liked it the first time I saw it. I thought it was really different. Really liked the sort of fantasy art, the colours, just the whole thing. Very, very imaginative. So yeah, I'm very pleased that my wife decided to step in and order it. JoJoes Art. I actually have Springbringer hanging up in the canteen at work just now. That is another one from JoJoes Art. Again, another sort of fantasy style. I would definitely recommend, if you like this style, have a look in the Diamond Art Club website, diamondartclub.com, and search for Springbringer. If you like this, I'm sure you would like Springbringer. Again, very imaginative sort of fantasy art. Really, really cool stuff. So that is it. As usual, a long video. So I hope you skipped to the section that you were interested in. And if you're new to diamond painting, welcome. I hope you found some interesting bits and pieces. So yeah, that is it. If you enjoyed the video, as always, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. I do have a lot of videos coming. I have diamond paintings, accessories, and yeah, a few interesting things. I always look for things that are a bit different, and sometimes I see things and I think, well, would that actually work? So I buy it and try it, and then I let people see what I thought of it. So I've got quite a few things like that coming up in the near future. You may also catch me live on YouTube if you're very lucky or very unlucky, depends how you looked at it. I try and come on and let people see what I'm working on, and we have a bit of a chit chat about diamond painting, the weather, whatever. I am originally from Scotland. I now live in Copenhagen, capital city of Denmark, and I'm always curious to where people are in the world and learning a bit about their area. So if you fancy dropping in, and let me know about the area or the country that you live in, maybe some traditions, that sort of thing. I found that when I moved from Scotland, there are things that are different in Denmark. They celebrate Christmas on the 24th, which was very weird for me, because in the UK that's Christmas Eve, and we have Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. In Denmark they have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. So that was just one of the things. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.